Hello and welcome. In this onshape assembly tutorial, we will model a functioning pair of scissors. In the part studio, we will model one blade and one grip and define a mate connector. Then we will group those two in a composite part. In the assembly, we will define the relation between the parts with two revolute mates and a gear relation. Finally, we animate a revolute mate to analyze the movement. We will define some limits there. Once in the assembly, we will create a part studio in context, namely the pivot here. I will include chapters to make it easier for you to navigate the video. If you like the tutorial, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. Alright, so let me stop the animation here. I'll show you the part studio. So there we have it, one part. One composite part, which consists of the blade and the grip. We will start with the blade, and that starts here in sketch 1. You can make a screenshot of that, maybe that can help you. Otherwise, I will get this window now over here and start with that very first sketch. All right, I start a sketch on the top plane. Press N to have a normal view to that. Press P to get those planes out of the way. And just start with that line, that bottom line here. Maybe give that dimension 118, 118. Then continue over here. Line command up here, over there, some angle, and again some angle here, and then A to connect those. Oops, A again. Here, here, here. Okay, now dimension, that is 4 millimeters. That one is 22. That angle is 144. There is an angle here of 4 degrees. That radius is 5. And the center is coincident with that edge. Now, one circle somewhere here, and that is diameter 4 millimeters. A distance from the origin of 40 millimeters. And a vertical distance of 5 millimeters. All right, so that's it. That's the first sketch. And we can extrude that. I'll exit the sketch, go into the extrude command, take that, have a look, isometric view, and give it a thickness of 1.4 millimeters. Accept that. So that's our part. I want to rename it blade and give it a different appearance. Edit appearance, that one. Okay. All right, so what's next? We'll work on the blade and make a sweep over here. So let's define the sweep path that will be on this face. I start over here. Let me get in close here. On that edge, go over here. Type A, go over here. I go way over the top edge so the sweep can function properly. Now I will define the offset with 0.5 millimeters. The length of the straight line is 58 millimeters. And then our radius here is 14 millimeters. I'll just leave it like that. That's good enough. That is our path for the sweep. Now we want to define a plane with that very line and the end point. Accept that. And start a sketch on that face. Get in there. And let's connect with that endpoint over here to our edge. I'll draw a line over here, connect that here, make that line horizontal, and give it an angle of 18 degrees. Exit that sketch, go into isometric view, and sweep that here. That is our region, our face. Our path is that one and that one. And sure, we want to remove. Accept that. All right, so we get that. Now, top view like that. Great. Next, let's work on the grip. Now, let's have a look at that grip sketch. There we have a symmetric situation to that center line here. Angle 66 degrees, 8 millimeters distance, 38 millimeter radius. There's an equal relationship with that arc, and that one is 14. And that circle here, 18. Distance from center to center is 60. And then we have this line, construction line, at an angle of 3 degrees, coincident with the center, and tangent with that circle. Okay, that is where our two sides overlap, because that is how scissors work, right? They don't go to up to that vertex. They go a little further. All right. So let me get that over here and start that sketch on the top plane, and let's just start with that one line, construction line, somewhere from here over there. So we said that is at, or I said, well, it's 3 degrees, and it is coincident. Oops, no. We need to project that circle and then make that coincident here. All right, and the line is black. And now let's start with that oblique line somewhere over here. Let me see, did I get that? That is not coincident with that. Actually, one line over here turns into an arc, tangent, okay. One line over here, again, an arc, and one more arc connecting those two. So that arc is tangent over here. That is tangent here. And those two are tangent just as well. And we said there's an equal relationship between that one and that one. Oops, I don't like that. Let's make that later. Those two, that's going to be horizontal, which it is. And the distance is 8 millimeters. The angle is 66. I'll draw a construction line from that center over to that center of that line. Make that horizontally. So, okay, now we get that. The distance from that center to that center is 60. The radius value is 14. The other one is 38. And there is that equal relationship between that arc and that one. All right. And that edge goes up to that point. All right. And that circle from here, diameter is 18. All right. I'll hide those constraints. Let's have a look what we did so far. And great. Let's exit. the sketch and extrude. Those are that region, that face, and that will be a two-sided um, extrusion. That will be 2.5 up, and second end position is 1.7, and we will create a new solid. All right. So that is our grip. Let's call it that. Then make it a little darker than that, like that. And now let's make an Boolean operation. We will subtract the blade from the grip, right? Because let's say if I hide that, you see there is no hole there. So Boolean subtract, that's our tool, and that is our target. Accept that. And now give it a nice fillet, full round. That is our first face. That is our second face. And those are the faces to round. Let's do that one more time. First face, second face. Nah. Oh, wrong. Full round. Okay, first face, second face, faces to round. And just because those scissors that I got have that color, I'll give that appearance to that feature, red. Okay, there's one more fillet over here. 0.4, that edge. And so those are individual parts. We see that part one, part two. But that grip won't move away from the blade and the assembly, right? So that's why I will make it a composite part, those two. So we don't have to mate them, we don't have to connect them in any other way. And now let's create that mate connector here. I click on that edge, and the blue one is the z-axis that can be upwards or downwards. Doesn't matter for us. Okay, so that is our part studio so far. And let's go on to the assembly now. Or I want to point out, so we get two folders here, two sections. The one is parts, blade, grip, okay, parts. But the other one is composite part, the composite part, which consists of the two. And that is what we're going to use for the assembly. All right, so I go into the assembly, go into insert, and actually we can filter here between parts, composite parts, and sketches. So I'll go to composite part, I'll hide that, and take our composite part here. Great. Let's do that one more time. Composite, that one here. Accept that. Great. So now um, I'll get that over here and that over there. This is our origin of the assembly. I will connect a mate connector to that very origin here. And maybe call that origin mate. And now, let's see. We will use the revolute mate here and pick that one mate here and the origin. Accept that. And let's see. We'll do that for that mate as well. And the origin mate, I'll click it from the tree. And I will flip the primary axis. Take some time. And I will accept that. Exit that. And there, you see, we get it connected. We just have to define the revolute mate and its limits because it goes right through, right? And we want to define the gear relationship between those two revolute mates because both of them should be moving symmetrically. Let's do that. That's easy. Gear relation. That one. That one. Accept that. Let's see what we did here. They go in the same direction. We don't want that. So we go to edit and reverse the direction. All right. Yeah. So go into Revolute, go into edit, click on limits. And sure, I checked on that. So the values I like is from here. Sounds looking good. -3 to 42. Maybe that's a bit too much, but something like that, right? That's the movement of a scissor. So key that in and accept that. Great. If those mate connectors irritate you, you can press key on your keyboard and you get that clean pair of scissors. Now, we still want to do one thing, right? And that is that top-down modeling of the pivot here. Let's do that. So over here, there's the Create Part Studio in Context. I accept that, or I choose that. Select Origin. That is the origin for that. Accept. And now the body so far turned translucent. So we know we're not working on that, we're working on something new, right? The new parts so far nothing, but we will change that. So let's start a sketch on the front plane here, okay? And we will project edges into that, like that cylindrical face. That one, over here, that one, and that bottom one. Okay, and we want it to look nice, right? We can press P again to hide those planes. And that is a revolute body. I'll draw a line over here. Then like a box over here connecting to that line, making that horizontal. Another line over here, going up, and one more arc here from here over there. One line over here to catch that tangent relationship. Make that construction geometry. Make those edges vertically constrained. I will draw a little line over here as a revolution axis and give that dimension here. I go to the left of that line and get that diameter option. Okay, 5. Then height of that is 1. That one just as well, 1. Give that a radius of 6 millimeters. And draw the line from here over here. And that will be at 0.4. Get that measurement here. And make that horizontally, those two, and everything's defined. And now I'll go into the revolve and faces of sketch 1. That's too much. I want this face, that one, and that one. Not context 1. That's wrong. That one. And the revolve axis is that one. Accept that. Make that sketch visible. And make an extrude of that region here. Select other. That face, all right. But then, I didn't mirror that. Okay, I got to go back to the sketch. Let's go back here, edit, go into mirror. That is that mirror line, and that edge and that one we need a mirror. Go back into our extrude. We will remove that region and that one, that face. A symmetric one, and at 1 millimeter. Accept that. That's it for our pivot part, but let's call it like that. Rename pivot and give it that special appearance. Something like that, right? Hide that sketch, all right? And now we are in a part studio here, right? We see that here. All those commands are from the part studio. And we want to go back to our assembly, right? So let's do that. And that pivot part, that is what we're going to insert. There it is. And we'll just uh, give that a fixed um, option. All right, so um, that's it for our pair of scissors. Let's just animate that here. Animate. Um, let's see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Current value, you can read that here. Steps, you can change that. 400. It's a bit faster, right? Maybe you want 600. Ah, no, that's lower, really. No, so let's make it at 200, right? Okay, so that's it for the tutorial. I hope you liked it. Again, if you liked it, please you can like the video, you can comment, and you can subscribe. And really, it's nice for me to have some feedback. Okay, and that's it from my side of the microphone. Um, talk to you soon.